Kai had always felt out of place on his home planet, Earth, where the mundane routines of school and city life never seemed to match the vast dreams in his mind. He often stared at the night sky, imagining distant worlds filled with strange creatures, endless possibilities, and adventures that could change the course of life itself. Little did he know the universe had been listening to his silent wishes, and his life was about to change forever. One ordinary morning, Kai was walking through the campus of Orion University, a school known for its pioneering space exchange programs. Students from countless planets studied there, bringing with them languages, customs, and technologies Kai had only dreamed of. The human student had always been fascinated by these visitors, especially by stories of planets where gravity was lighter, colors were unseen on Earth, and species lived in ways that defied imagination. Kai's fascination turned into destiny when a sudden alert blared across the university. An unidentified spacecraft had entered the atmosphere, its trajectory unstable, and it appeared to be in distress. The student ran toward the observation deck, heart pounding, where a small crowd of beings from different planets had gathered. They spoke in hurried tones, some in languages Kai could barely understand. The craft was descending dangerously close to the city, and it seemed that whoever was inside would not survive the landing. Without thinking, Kai pushed past the crowd and activated the emergency shuttle bay, a standard student protocol drill he had always excelled in during training simulations. The shuttle was designed for one person, but Kai knew he could not leave whoever was inside the falling ship to fate. He engaged the controls and raced toward the crash site, adrenaline flooding his veins. The city below seemed to blur, and the wind against his face felt like a call from the universe itself. When the shuttle touched down near the wreckage, Kai saw her. The alien princess, barely conscious, lay among twisted metal and scattered instruments. Her skin shimmered with a subtle glow, and her eyes, larger than human eyes, reflected pain and fear. She wore a regal suit, embroidered with symbols that marked her as someone of high importance. Yet she seemed fragile, like a delicate crystal that could shatter at the slightest touch. Kai did not hesitate. He lifted her carefully into the shuttle, whispering encouragement even though he did not know her language. The instruments aboard the craft scanned her condition and translated her biological needs into readings Kai could understand. Her breathing was shallow, and she had sustained injuries that required immediate attention. The shuttle's AI guided him toward the university's medbay, and Kai followed every instruction with precision. By the time they arrived, a small team of medics had gathered, but Kai refused to step back. He stayed by her side, monitoring her vitals, adjusting medications, and ensuring that she remained stable. Hours passed, and the princess slowly opened her eyes, focusing on the human who had risked his life for her. She tried to speak, and though her words were strange, a translator device revealed the message. "Thank you, human. You saved me." Kai smiled, a sense of accomplishment and wonder filling him. "You're safe now," he said simply. "That's all that matters." News of Kai's bravery spread quickly through the university and beyond. The Interstellar Council, which governed relations between planets, recognized his courage. Yet it was not medals or formal honors that mattered to Kai. It was the quiet gratitude in the princess's eyes, the unspoken bond formed in the midst of danger. In the days that followed, Kai learned more about the princess. Her name was Lyra, and she came from a planet called Velira, known for its lush forests, bioluminescent rivers, and civilizations that valued wisdom above all else. Her people had never faced a threat like the one that had brought her to Earth, and they were unaware of her survival. Kai promised to help her regain her strength and, if possible, communicate with her world to ensure her safe return. As Kai spent time with Lyra, he discovered that she was not only intelligent, but also curious about humanity. She marveled at small things, trees that did not glow, oceans that did not shimmer with light, and the sheer unpredictability of human culture. She asked countless questions, sometimes struggling with words, yet her laughter, soft and musical, made the sterile hospital corridors feel alive. Kai found himself opening up in ways he never had before. He shared stories of his family, friends, and dreams of exploring the universe. Lyra listened intently, occasionally tilting her head in ways that made Kai wonder if humans and Velerans experienced emotions similarly. Slowly, their connection deepened beyond gratitude. It became a friendship built on trust, understanding, and a shared sense of wonder. One evening, as they sat on the observation deck, watching Earth's twin moons rise over the horizon. Lyra spoke of her family, the royal line she was part of, and the responsibility she bore. She admitted that her planet had faced conflicts and internal strife, and she feared returning to a world where political games overshadowed justice. Her voice trembled, and Kai realized that bravery came in many forms, not only in saving lives but also in facing expectations and obligations that weighed heavily on the soul. "You don't have to go back alone," Kai said, offering her his hand. "If you choose to stay, you won't be without allies. You'll have people who care about you." Lyra hesitated, looking at his hand, then at the sprawling city lights below. "You speak of a family," she said softly. "But what is a human family to a Velaran princess?" Kai smiled. "A family is not just blood or crowns. It is those who protect you, who care for you, and who choose to be by your side. If you trust me, we can be that for each other." The next weeks were filled with preparations. Kai introduced Lyra to his closest friends, mentors, and neighbors, each meeting leaving the princess more comfortable with the human world. They cooked meals together, explored parks, and studied Earth's history. Lyra shared tales of Valera, teaching Kai about her planet's flora, fauna, and philosophies. Their bond became a bridge between worlds, blending courage, curiosity, and compassion. When the time came for Lyra to communicate with the Interstellar Council, Kai stood beside her. Using his experience, he explained the human perspective, emphasizing honesty, empathy, and the bravery of one student who had saved a life. The council was impressed not only by Kai's heroism, but also by his eloquence and genuine care for the princess. Discussions began about formal recognition, yet both Kai and Lyra knew that what truly mattered was the family they had created between them. A new unit of trust and belonging that transcended planets. One day, a transmission arrived from Valera. It was a formal invitation for Lyra to return home, along with assurances of safety for Kai. The princess turned to the student, her expression a mixture of joy and apprehension. "The choice is yours," she said. "I must return to my people, yet I wish you to come with me if you desire." Kai paused, feeling the weight of destiny pressing on him. He could remain on Earth, living a life comfortable but ordinary, or he could journey to a distant world, stepping into the unknown. Yet the decision was clear. "I choose to be with you," he said, holding her hand firmly. "Wherever you go, that is where my family begins." Together they boarded a specially prepared starship, a vessel designed to accommodate both human and Valeran physiology. The journey to Valera was filled with wonder. Kai marveled at stars up close, witnessed phenomena he had only seen in textbooks, and learned the subtle arts of navigation and diplomacy from the princess. Lyra, in turn, observed human resilience, adaptability, and the unique courage that had led him to save her in the first place. Upon arrival, the royal court greeted them with awe. The council was impressed by Kai's bravery, humility, and the evident bond he shared with the princess. Yet it was not ceremony that defined the moment. It was the quiet, profound way Kai stood beside Lyra, offering strength, companionship, and the promise of loyalty. Over time, Kai became an integral part of life on Valera. He learned the languages, studied governance, and embraced the customs of the planet. The people accepted him, not as a foreigner, but as a son of the princess, a human who had proven that courage and kindness transcended species. Together, Kai and Lyra nurtured initiatives for education, peace, and interstellar cooperation, showing that a single act of bravery could ripple across worlds. Years later, when stories were told across galaxies of a human who had saved an alien princess, no medal or title defined him. It was the love, respect, and family he had built that mattered. Kai had left Earth as a student, uncertain of his place in the universe. He had arrived on Valera as a hero, yet what truly defined him was not heroism alone, but the family he had earned and the bonds that could not be broken by distance, species, or circumstance. And so, Kai's story became legend, not merely for saving a life, but for showing that humanity's greatest strength lay in its courage, compassion, and ability to create family in the most unexpected places. Lyra stood beside him, proud and grateful, and together they led a world where differences were celebrated, bravery was honored, and love crossed the vastness of space itself. In the end, Kai realized that the universe was not a distant dream but a living reality, waiting for those willing to take the first step. And in saving a princess, he had found far more than adventure. He had found a family, a home, and a purpose that, whoa,